Imagine a school program where your final project could be anything from designing a mobile app to writing a short novel to building an actual product. Now, imagine that program being used in thousands of schools around the world. That's the IB Middle Years Programme, or MYP, a curriculum designed to make school less about memorizing facts and more about understanding the world. But what exactly is the MYP, and why do so many international schools use it? Let's break it down. The International Baccalaureate, or IB, is a global education organization founded in 1968. Today, its programs are taught in over 150 countries. The system has 4 main programs: PYP for younger students, MYP for middle school years, DP, the Diploma Programme, and the CP, the career-related program. The MYP is designed for students aged 11 to 16, which usually corresponds to grades 6 through 10. Think of it as the bridge between elementary learning and the rigorous IB Diploma Programme. But the MYP isn't just about preparing students for harder classes later on. It's actually built around a different philosophy of learning. Let's take a look. While some educational systems prioritize memorizing information, the MYP focuses on understanding concepts. Instead of asking students to simply remember facts, teachers try to connect lessons to bigger ideas and real-world issues. One of the main tools for this is the incorporation of global context within every unit of learning. These are themes that link classroom learning to the real world. Examples include identities and relationships, globalization and sustainability, scientific and technical innovation, fairness and development. So instead of learning history as a list of dates, students might explore questions like, how do revolutions reshape societies? Or how does technology change the way humans live? The idea is to make learning relevant beyond the classroom. Another defining feature of the MYP is that students study a wide range of subjects. There are 8 subject groups and most students take classes in all of them. These subject groups include 1. Language and literature, usually the student's main language. 2. Language acquisition, learning a second language. 3. Individuals and societies, subjects like history, geography and economics. 4. Sciences. 5. Mathematics. 6. Arts. 7. Physical and health education. 8. Design, which often includes technology, engineering, or product design. The goal is a balanced education. Even if a student loves science, they'll still study languages, arts, and humanities. This reflects the IB philosophy of creating well-rounded learners rather than early specialists. Another thing that makes the MYP different is how students are assessed. Instead of just giving tests and percentages, the program uses something called criterion-based assessment. Each subject has specific criteria that measure different skills. For example, in a language and literature assessment, students might be graded on identifying information, understanding conventions, and analyzing connections. This system is meant to focus less on ranking students against each other and more on how well they've mastered specific skills. Another factor that sets the MYP apart from most national curricula is what it doesn't have. That is, terminal exams. Unlike systems where 2 years of work can come down to a handful of high-stakes tests, the MYP has no compulsory end-of-program examination. Instead, learning is assessed continuously by the teachers who actually know the students for many schools and families. This a significant part of the appeal, though it's worth noting that this only works well when schools are rigorous about benchmarking their curriculum and moderating assessments internally. Without assessment discipline, standards can easily drift. We'll be exploring the hidden opportunities and other limitations of the MYP in a future video. But the most famous part of the MYP comes at the end of the program. It's called a personal project. In their final year, students choose a topic they genuinely care about and develop a long-term independent project. The possibilities are surprisingly broad. Students might publish a short book, design a product, create a video documentary, build a website, compose music, or even develop a social initiative. Along the way, they must research their topic, plan their work, and reflect on what they learned. The goal isn't just the final product, it's proven that students can manage a complex project independently. For many students, this ends up being one of the most memorable parts of the entire program. So overall, the MYP is less about covering content and more about growing independent learners. In the next episodes, we'll look more closely at how the MYP is taught, how units and assessments are designed, as well as taking a look at some of the challenges. See you soon.